Most of you guys might know about billionaire and tech giant Elon Musk's vision for humanity. Yes, colonization of Mars is a long-thought process by him, and he has secretly come up with some exciting ways to make this vision come true. So, why don't you check out this video until the end to find out if you might get a chance to visit the Red Planet? Excited to know more about this? Welcome to Tech United, a place where we bring tech and people closer together. Excited enough? What are you waiting for? Like and share this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and get a chance to win a pair of AirPods Pro. Years ago, when Musk publicized his dream of taking the man to the Red Planet, everyone thought he was joking. And now, here's SpaceX with their latest Starship, which can deal with the whole Mars mission single-handedly. So, you guys might be having questions about, what's Starship? How'll the Starship be traveling such enormous distances, or are we there yet to achieve interplanetary voyages? Don't worry, because we are here with today's episode about SpaceX's Starship and what they are up to. So, let's go! Let's talk in simple language, okay? Because we don't want to mess up huge complicated words, right? So, basically, the Starship is SpaceX's spacecraft that can take you to space and back to Earth. A vehicle that could transport humans and commodities to space with ease and at the same time is reusable. You might be having a question, then what about the Falcon rockets? Yes, Falcons might be great as in the category of a reusable rocket, but aren't large enough to cover huge distances and to hold large amounts of cargo. You are getting it, right? Well, formerly, the Starship wasn't really the title for this spacecraft. Long, loyal enthusiasts already know that the Starship was formerly named BFR, or the Big Falcon Rocket, an orbital rocket. Technically speaking, the Starship is a reusable two-stage rocket that can operate as a cargo carrier or a taxi, so it can transport both cargo and humans to and back from space. The initial stage of the Starship is the booster phase, known as the Super Heavy. The second category is the one that is dependent on carrying the passenger or cargo, which is known as the Starship. The all-around spacecraft is called the Starship. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, had been on the project for a while now. This program previously had one initial variant, and the objective was to build a transit carrier in order to assist in the colonization of Mars. And now, it also aims to reinstate the jetliners by ferrying humans and cargo across the Earth. Following NASA's support, SpaceX now has various variants developed to be used in association with NASA's Artemis program to land humans on the lunar surface. The most recent version of the Starship created for NASA for the agency's Artemis moon landing mission needs a lander for a long-term lunar stall and one which could transport a greater payload to the moon's soil while also retaining great levels of safety. At last, after a long battle among two other space travel companies, Musk's SpaceX arose as the winner in April 2021 and won the multi-billion contract. The stipulated deadline for the Artemis mission was slated for 2024, but according to the latest updates, Musk appears to be optimistic of providing the Starship sooner than that. So, it might seem like the Starship might be one of the biggest things of this century. In fact, it is trying to bring revolution in many aspects. Currently, your mind will be filling up with several doubts regarding the ship and its engines, right? Yes, traveling to Mars and returning back would require a whole new class of rocket tech. So for that, SpaceX began the development of a Starship formerly called the Big Falcon Rocket. Yes, as we mentioned before. It was a stainless steel alloy-based spaceship benefited by a booster stage called the Super Heavy. Now, all they wanted was an engine with the ability to power all these rockets. The first thing SpaceX agreed to do was to make the rocket a reusable one. Reusable rockets have always been SpaceX's thing, and everyone knows it. SpaceX noticed the massive costs of one-time use rockets that NASA was utilizing for their spacebound missions and thought that they were literally dumping millions of dollars of equipment into the oceans. And that's a great way to waste money, according to SpaceX. Well, maybe NASA didn't have the tech to do so, or maybe someone didn't just think about it. It took SpaceX a few years and a lot of labor and blood to make reusable rockets a feasible option, And now, Falcon 9s are the industry standard for reusable rockets. With the success of Falcon 9 and its Merlin engines, SpaceX decided to stick to a similar technique. The Starship's engines, called the Raptors, are methane-powered powerhouses that could single-handedly carry out the whole Mars excursion by 2024, just like we said in the beginning. But unlike the Merlin engines that SpaceX use in their Falcon 9 reusable rockets currently, the Raptor engines are made specifically for SpaceX's Starship project. A Raptor is a group of full-flow staged combustion cycle rocket mechanisms developed and designed by SpaceX for practice on the in-development SpaceX Starship. The engine is fueled by cryogenic liquid methane and liquid oxygen, or LOX, called methalox, rather than the RP-1 kerosene and LOX, called kerolox, used in SpaceX's prior Merlin and Kestrel rocket engines. The Raptor engine has more than twice the momentum of SpaceX's Merlin engine that powers the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy launch carriers. Its innovative design and tech mean that it just might be SpaceX's ace in the hole when it comes to seeking the whole solar system. These enormous devices are formulated to take up to 100 people into space, possibly to the Moon and Mars. SpaceX tested the first flight-ready edition of Raptor in February 2019, and it flew a Raptor for the first time on a so-called hop test of a prototype of Starship called Starhopper. The reusability is a crucial characteristic of the engine, as Musk has said that each engine needs to be prepared for flying up to 1,000 times to support the ambitious operations of Starship. That's a major problem. The most extensively reused engines in space exploration history were the main mechanisms on space shuttles, which flew up to only a few dozen times each. That's it, the technical side. The Starship might be a lot more important than you believe. Starship's promise has everything to do with its size and imaginable potential for reuse. And now that we know that the Starship will be able to carry a payload of 100 metric tons, which occurs to be the greatest volume of any existing launcher, Starship will also be fully reusable, and Elon Musk said that this could lower the launch cost by about $2 million. Starship could create a more affordable way to carry out sustained observations of our planet. It could also enable more ambitious scientific missions as a part of the Earth System Explorer program. Guess what? That's not just its applications. You guys might have heard about issues regarding space debris, right? So, the Starship's extended future plans also include aiding the suborbital and orbital region by bringing space debris back to Earth because it's something that we should face. Space junk is a huge crisis, and any solution that would lessen flocking in the skies would be extremely important. As a matter of fact, the application and utilities of the Starship are very huge. We could use it in every way we want. And who knows if we would unlock interstellar means of transport in the future. Well, this isn't the end of this story. More interesting stuff will come up in the coming days, and we here at Tech United will be delivering the best of the content to you folks. Drop your views in the comments section below. With this, we have come to the end of the video. If you liked today's video on Elon Musk's new SpaceX Starship, then you might want to watch our video on the left about how the James Webb Telescope just changed view on the whole universe, or you might like our new Elon Musk's bold plans for Tesla Gigafactory Shanghai video on the right.